Hello, my name is Martin, and welcome to Inside the Olympics with Richard Pound. Today, we're going to talk about how sports must be accessible to all so that they can be played in the games. This is part one. Enjoy. That's a really interesting view of looking at things. It's not just a matter of technology changing speeds like this swimsuit you were talking about. Most people think, oh, it's because people are swimming too fast. It's also an aspect of accessibility, such as the great example that Sam just gave about rugby, right? That's a great example, because if you had games that were 2 hours long, then your players wouldn't be able to have tournaments with multiple games. So you have to not just consider speed or new world records, but you have to consider athletes' capabilities, accessibility to the sport, and these different things. That makes it a total different view of looking at things. And this is what also the IOC does. It kind of looks at this in a general way, say, this is not going to quite work in the Olympics because you can't have this many games in a row. Is that something that that is taken care of by the IOC, or also taken care of by the federations that you work with?
Well, the federations are slower to react. I mean, sport has changed adverse. I mean, it tends to be conservative. We've always done it this way, and frump. But the IOC said, well, look, rugby. We appreciate that rugby has a considerable following in almost all parts of the world, but it's not feasible nor possible to have a competition of any significant size. I mean, you could maybe have a 4-team competition if it was only a couple of games over the 17 days. But you say, on the other hand, you've got a variation of it, which you've been experimenting with, of 7 aside in a short game. That opens up the universality aspect that we can consider. It also makes it possible for women to play, and that's a balance that we've been seeking now since 1896 to achieve. And I'd say in Tokyo, it's going to be basically 50-50 on the field of play, the same number of women as for men. Been a long-term objective. We haven't got the same participation, around the governing tables yet, but at least there's some improvement on that. So that would have been a feature in a lot of the winter sports. And this, we had 2 things that worked there. One is that the winter games used to be shorter than the summer because there were only 6 sports, and the program was a little bit thin. So as we started to examine the Olympics and the consumption of them by today's audiences, we found that we weren't reaching the younger demographic as much as we had hoped. So that led to 2 things. One was including things like freestyle skiing and snowboarding and snowcross, and events that appeal to younger athletes. It also beefed up the program so that we could have enough to put on 17 days of events. So starting in Calgary back in 1988, we extended the Winter Games to the same length as the summer, and that's been a huge success. So these are all factors that go into the decisions on the Olympic program and the admission of new sports, and we don't have polo matches anymore, where all of the rich guys bring their 7 ponies, and it's that doesn't work. It's not aligned with the values of universality that we espouse.
I hope you enjoyed this video on Inside the Olympics with Richard Pound. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, press the like button, and if you wish to receive more videos like this, press on the notification bell. If you'd like to, please leave a comment. We would enjoy hearing from you.